In Alaska's Bering Sea, the air temperature can plummet to -40 degrees Celsius. A frozen barrier more than 2.5 meters thick blocks the surface, while beneath it lurks one of the world's most coveted treasures, the king crab. Each crab can fetch extraordinary prices on global markets, fueling a hunt so dangerous that steel traps weighing hundreds of kilograms are lowered through ice into near-freezing waters. But is this pursuit of red gold a triumph of human courage, or a reckless gamble that drains the ocean for luxury dining tables in Tokyo and New York? This is not just about seafood, it is about survival, sacrifice, and the cost of desire. Join now, discover, and subscribe for more stories the ocean doesn't want to give up easily. Trapped beneath 2.5 meters of ice at -40 degrees Celsius, the Deadliest king crab hunt fishing documentary. In Alaska's frozen frontier, those limits are tested daily. To reach the crab grounds, fishermen sometimes drill through ice more than 2.5 meters thick. A dramatic measure, not the norm, but this extreme illustration shows just how far humans may push against nature's barriers. The sea itself shows no mercy. Waves rise 5 meters high, slamming across the deck with the weight of concrete. Hands stick to frozen railings. A single mistake can sweep a crewman into the dark. Each trap, a steel cage weighing over 100 kilograms, dangles from a cable stretched tight as a guitar string. One slip, one lash of metal in -40-degree air, and a sailor could be maimed in an instant. Patience is as critical as strength. GPS plots every trap's coordinates, oceanographers track currents, and captains build clusters of dozens of pots around promising signals. But knowledge is no guarantee of reward. Hours turn into days, engines burning thousands of dollars in fuel, while the crew waits. Then the gamble begins. The first pot breaks the surface empty. Tension spreads like frost. Did they miss the migration? Did they risk everything for nothing? Then another trap rises, this time dripping with seawater and alive with crimson claws. King crabs, sprawling nearly a meter across, thrash in the cage. Shouts erupt on deck, relief mixing with calculation. Is this enough to cover costs or just a fleeting victory? For diners in New York or Tokyo, it is a simple gesture. Lift a crab leg, crack the shell, taste sweet meat. But for the men on deck, that same gesture is the result of dragging steel and ice in a battle where nature is always stronger. Each trap, each wave, is a question asked by the ocean, and the answer may be fortune or ruin. When a delicacy costs more than money, what else is being spent? The story of king crab is not only about markets and storms, it is about people. Take Hank, a former Marine who has worked these waters for 4 decades. He once slipped while hauling a line, nearly pulled under before a younger deckhand saved him. Hank no longer fishes, but he stands at the harbor each season, remembering days when the deck overflowed with crabs, and others when 3 days passed with nothing but empty pots. For today's younger generation, the sea is both workplace and broadcast studio. Some crew members stream their journeys live, sharing danger and exhaustion with millions online. Their followers cheer each catch, but behind the camera is a body running on 2 hours of sleep, hands swollen from salt water and cold. The hidden cost of crab is counted in birthdays missed, Christmases spent on deck, and families watching fathers only through video calls. Wives measure time not in months, but in seasons, waiting for the boat to return. Children recognize their fathers' faces through screens before they recognize their touch. Is luxury worth 6 months apart from family? Is the taste of sweet crab meat worth hands split open by ice, or lungs filled with freezing spray? King crab is more than seafood. It is legacy, survival, and sometimes heartbreak. It is a reminder that behind every dish lies a chain of lives, lived in hardship, perseverance, and pride. Climate change is rewriting the rules of the ocean. The air may drop to minus 40 degrees, but beneath, the currents are shifting, the ice retreating earlier each year. King crabs, once abundant, are migrating farther into deeper waters. In some regions, catches have collapsed by as much as 70% in the past decade. For fishermen whose survival depends on the sea, this is more terrifying than any wave. Beyond Alaska, the struggle is global. In Norway, in Russia's Far East, and across the Bering Sea, fleets compete for the same prize. Japan, Korea, and China continue to drive demand, pushing prices higher and tempting overfishing. Without cooperation, the world risks draining an ocean treasure faster than it can recover. The numbers are staggering. A single container of prime king crab can sell for $50,000 in Tokyo's markets. Yet behind that figure lie unseen costs: thousands of liters of diesel burned, tons of carbon released, and sometimes a life lost at sea. For every crate of crabs stacked in refrigerated trucks, there is a human story of exhaustion, sacrifice, and risk. When the boats dock, children run to fathers with calloused hands, wives embrace men who still smell of diesel and brine. For a moment, the cost feels worth it, but the ocean never sleeps. Even as one season ends, minds are already on the next, wondering, how long can this balance last? Luxury can be consumed in a single meal, but the price the ocean pays is measured in generations. Will humanity learn to respect the limits of the sea, or will the hunt for red gold write its own obituary? The choice is ours. The future of the king crab and of those who chase it depends on what we decide today. Join us on Now Discover, and subscribe to follow the journeys that reveal not only the ocean's treasures, but also the truths it hides.